troublemaker.
Field Marshal Cole.
In the flesh. I wanted to personally thank you for illustrating the weak points in my plan. It won't happen again. A piece of advice? You're on the wrong side of this.
Why are you doing this?
The Mandalorian legacy. And revenge. Always revenge. But you don't see it. A shame. Because as a Mandalorian, you have as much stake as I do in the future of our people.
Enough! What do you want, traitor?
If it isn't Shay herself, as predicted.
Answer the question.
You've made the Mandalorians servants. That won't stand. But enough about me. Your friends came all this way to die.
Mandalore is holding them back.
I'm enjoying this diversion. Still alive? Impressive. Banner. Now finish off Jakaya and that damn pretender.
She's getting away!
Face me, traitor!
Enjoy your last days, Shay Vizsla. I certainly will.
Any crew that can stand are working on repairs, Mandalore.
Keep on them. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Ras, any sign of ships circling back?
Nothing. Apart from failing to rid the galaxy of my crotchety brother, they must have what they came for.
The Kadera banner.
I don't get it. What's it mean to her?
I don't know. Clan Kadera, my clan, was wiped out when my father rebelled against Mandalore the Vindicated.
For what?
Ras!
It's alright. My father refused to side with the Sith. He failed to answer the call from Mandalore. He was a traitor.
You paid your debt of honor, Torian. Nothing more needs to be said.
It doesn't explain why she went to all this trouble.
It's a symbol of rebellion. Maybe something for those outcasts to rally around.
Perhaps. But it feels like there's more to it. I don't know how she did it, but these groups should be slitting each other's throats, not working together. Something personal is driving her.
We can't let her divide us, Mandalore. Another civil war will rip us apart. Let me find her and end this.
You can barely stand, let alone face her.
He's right. You're in no shape for this kind of fight, you old Rancor.
Harjak! Then stop wasting time and go find this traitor, Mandalore. I'll take care of things here.
My hunt ends only in death. Hers or mine.
Will it really be so simple?
I wish it could be, but there are probably more attacks coming. I name Jakaya Ordo as Arbiter. On all matters, you speak with my voice and my authority. Prepare the clans for war!
That was successful. Messy, but successful.
You got your Kadera banner, Field Marshal Cole, at great cost.
Are the Ashad not used to enemies shooting back?
The shame Clan Varad can contain things on their ship once Shay's minions arrived.
Your precious followers got just as bloody. The difference is our reputation will increase, unlike yours.
We're good to go for the next phase, Field Marshal.
Darmanda must have got their credits.
Stop. It's true Clan Varad failed to contain the situation. Let's talk about that.
Thermal detonator!
Good reflexes, Ty. What we're missing here is the understanding that we must rely on each other. For example, if he lets go of that, we die. We all want something enough to bleed for it. Reputation, honor, credits, whatever. That conviction binds us together, makes us equal. So I'll need everyone to stay committed to each other. Like our lives depend on it. The Mandalorians have lost their way. They didn't remain committed. I will show them our unbroken history of honor that yet remains. A hidden chain of proud tradition waiting to drag the unworthy down. We have chosen a side in this battle, and we fight to win. You have your assignments. Go!
Mandoa Drardigu.
Wish me luck.
Prepare to be impressed.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan. Understood.
Welcome to the party, Commander. Not much of one today, since everyone is busy rushing around.
We're receiving countless requests from across the galaxy. Most are handled simply enough.
Yeah, but some of those asks are draining our supplies as fast as we get them. Hypermatter, people, ammo, even food. It's getting hard to keep up.
Is there anything we can do about it?
Get more of, well, everything. People, ships, fuel, time. You know, the easy stuff.
We simply have to do more with less. We have some proposed solutions, but there are recent developments that we should discuss first. Sana Ray and I, along with the members of our Force Enclave here on Odessen, have kept a watchful eye for any further signs of Valkorian's influence.
I really miss the days when dead people stayed dead.
We are hopeful. The Force feels different, lighter somehow, as if Valkorian's very existence was a weight that none of us recognized. Our Enclave, the Voss, I'm told that even Satil students have felt the change. It seems our ancient enemy is well and truly gone. Unsurprisingly, anyone sensitive to it felt that shift. The question now is, how do we proceed?
Valkorian is dead. Let's move on.
As you wish.
So, on to the Mandalorians. It's a pretty crazy time for them. Shae Vizsla's taken down half the Darmanda on Mekshah, but hasn't gotten any closer to this Field Marshal Cole. Indigo never was a hands-on manager. Probably didn't even know his people were involved.
As promised, Jakaya Ordo has been aiding our operations in Shae's place. Despite the turmoil in the clans, he's helped us secure escorts for our cargo shipments.
That's good to hear.
Going back to the numerous requests we've received for assistance from our allies across the galaxy, we have a potential solution. We already employ a number of incredibly skilled and resourceful individuals who could likely handle these requests, alone or in small teams. Additionally, between my contacts and Theron's, there are a number of outside assets we could recruit to fulfill our allies' needs. As we've done before, if those assets prove useful, we can bring them into the fold officially. A sort of field test, if you will.
I get the feeling you already have one of these tests in mind.
Naturally.
Our first situation is on Balmorra. They're prepping a big shipment of turbo lasers for a Republic base on Corellia. Obviously, our friends in the Empire would prefer that those cannons never get to their destination.
Commodore Pardax knows of an external asset that has plagued the Balmorran governor for years. The asset is a Twi'lek using the codename Zenith. He hates the Sith Empire intensely. But that hatred could be used to manipulate him. Pardax believes we can feed him false intelligence, convince him the turbo lasers are instead being sold to the Sith. Zenith does our work for us, and Pardax uses the opportunity to take him into custody. Rather elegant, I think.
A single shipment of turbo lasers isn't worth our time. Forget about it.
Understood. We'll move on to the other requests and submit plans as they're developed. I believe that's it for today, Commander. I'll let everyone else know what was discussed. Thank you for your time.
I've got this.
I was better alone anyway.
Hey, Commander. Don't know if you were expecting him, but Darth Rivix is here.
Rivix? He's here now?
Here and dying to meet with you. Alone. He was very insistent about that part. I made him wait in the operations room, said you'd meet him when you had the chance. But he said it couldn't wait.
Sith always think what they've got going on is top priority. Tell him I'll get there eventually.
I can do that. I just hope he doesn't zap the messenger.
Commander, it's a pleasure to see you again. It was so kind of you to find time in your busy schedule to meet with me.
Don't waste my time. If this is important, then let's go.
Then we shall jump right in. My sincerest apologies for the theatrics. I have news to share that could not wait for a formal invitation.
Of course I'm sure! I'd know that maniac anywhere! I could feel his presence before he even set foot on Dantooine. The longer you sit around, questioning what I saw, the more time he has to get away with whatever he's doing in those ruins.
Our intelligence officers have truly outdone themselves this time.
What was that?
A secret meeting with Jedi leadership, or what's left of them. This woman, Aaron Lanier, claims she saw Darth Malgus enter the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. He was missing for so long, but it seems our errant Dark Lord has finally decided to show his face. In doing so, he has deeply disappointed our Emperor.
What do you mean? Malgus isn't acting under Valron's orders?
Whatever fool's errand Malgus is chasing on Dantooine, Emperor Valron certainly did not sanction it. And any attempt to recall Malgus has utterly failed. Given the circumstances, the Imperial Reclamation Service proposed sending an entire excavation unit to search the ruins and apprehend Malgus. But the Emperor does not want Malgus's newfound freedom to become widespread knowledge. So, I suggested a more covert approach.
And you need me for this covert approach?
Precisely, my friend. A small task force, you, me, and a very powerful ally, would be more than capable of investigating what Malgus was up to in those Jedi ruins.
This does sound like something that's right up the hand's alley.
Darth Krovos, your timing is as impeccable as ever.
I apologize that I couldn't be here sooner, but our forces are facing heavy resistance in the Tapani sector. I had to implement some creative measures to bolster them. I trust you've been briefed on the situation. We should depart before our window of opportunity closes.
You're going to Dantooine with us?
I'm sure I don't need to explain how dire the consequences would be if Darth Malgus has somehow gone rogue again. The severity of this mission requires my direct involvement.
Just remember who's in charge, and don't get in my way.
My only priority is finding Malgus. As long as our objectives align, there should be no issue. We've waited long enough. If we don't get to Dantooine quickly, we'll lose Malgus's trail. I'll meet you both at the shuttle.
Why Krovos? Isn't the Hand supposed to be separate from the Dark Council?
Krovos is not like the others on the Council. She is steadfast in her commitment to strengthening the Empire, not to mention her considerable combat skills. At any rate, we don't have the luxury of being choosy with our allies. Unless we seize this opportunity now, we undoubtedly risk Republic interference later. Our shuttle is waiting. After you.
You go ahead. I need to tell my people where I'm going.
I understand. I do, however, humbly ask that you keep things subtle. Remember, we don't want this news to spread too widely.
Well, hello there.
And to what do I owe the pleasure of this little surprise?
There's something you need to know.
I'm all ears.
Darth Malgus was on Dantooine. He might still be. The Jedi know, and now the Empire knows. I'm accompanying 2 high-ranking Sith to follow Malgus's trail.
No wonder you reached out with news like that. Let me handle it from here. You do what you do best. Keep an eye on those Sith, and I'll let Master Saldaran know what's going on. Thank you, Commander.
We're nearing our destination. A few more minutes, and we'll be planetside on Dantooine.
How are you planning to get us down without attracting the Republic's attention?
You must remember, Dantooine isn't exactly a bustling metropolis world. Their government lacks organization, and when it comes to officially sanctioned travel, let's just say it won't be difficult for a small shuttle like ours to sneak in unnoticed.
It is imperative that we do not draw attention to ourselves during this mission, Rivix. I hope you remember that.
Of course I do. We should have no trouble reaching the Enclave ruins. No trouble at all.
No trouble at all, huh?
Blast. Our window was small, but I was sure we would be the first to arrive.
It takes the Republic military ages to agree on anything, let alone act. I can't believe they've mobilized such a show of force so quickly.
Believe it or not, they've beaten us. So what do we do now?
Well, since walking right past those Republic soldiers and possibly scaring off our quarry is clearly out of the question, might I suggest an alternate route? Years ago, many people here scavenged what they could from the Enclave ruins to make a living. Their leaders didn't exactly approve, so they built access tunnels in secret. We'll undoubtedly meet resistance from patrols, but if we find one, our chances of infiltrating the ruins would be much higher than a direct assault.
And hopefully, we'll retain at least some of this mission's secrecy.
It sounds like a great plan. Well done.
I'm glad you approve, considering we don't have much of a choice.
Then let's go before the Republic sends more reinforcements.